has effects on it. You know, every element can play into it. We've had, what, 9 days of rain, so this morning we were faced with, well, before we do anything, we got to get it dried down a little bit so that we can work it, you know. And we got it pretty good now. It's going to be pretty racy, I think. But it just takes a long time to learn what works, you know.
Well, then too much rain is not good.
That's not good.
I guess you hope for not as much, because at least you can dry it a little better.
You know, it's been a very unusual summer, and I mean, you have to be realistic, but it's a little rain during the week helps because it saves you some work. The amount of rain we've been getting is a little excessive. But you see now where they clean this off, well, this is loose, so they can't get a hold of it. So now what we'll do is we'll run this down a little bit, tighten it up so that they're not running in what they would call the marbles. So we'll work on this a little bit in between races to keep trying to perfect it all night long.
Well, what is the difference between the clay and dirt?
Basically, all dirt tracks are basically clay ovals. That's pretty much it. And I mean, like anything, the materials all around the country can be a little bit different. The big thing is like Carolina clay is really nice. Vermont clay is pretty nice. New York clay is a little harder to work with. So it's just a case where you got to work with what you got, you know. And this happens to be pretty good stuff. We had to haul it from quite a few miles away to get it so that it would be acceptable to do what we do. It doesn't have a lot of debris in it, but the biggest problem you're faced with in clay ovals is finding clay that's good and clean. It doesn't have a lot of contaminants. It's not always easy to do, you know.
Then you are constantly adding clay to this?
Oh yeah, you never quit working on it. Every year you got to add some, because every year the cars and the wind and the dirt and the rain take a little bit away, so you never really stop working. You add some to the mix. I guess there's really no school you can go to learn about what to do with your clay oval. You just got to, it's a matter of working with it for a number of years and seeing what, and again, I've gone and helped people on other racetracks. What they're dealing with is often different than what we're dealing with. We have a bigger racetrack, so it has a whole multitude of things that make it more difficult to deal with than the smaller ones. This is one of the bigger half-mile ovals in New York State. One of the most famous half-miles. At one time, Shirley Muldowney raced here, went on to be an NHR champion. All of the Petties, Richard and Lee and Kyle all raced here at different times. In the 40s, a guy named Lee Waller raced here, went on to win Indy. The king of the sprint cars, Steve Kinzer, he's been here. So it's got some fame and some notoriety. So while you're here working on it every year, doing your thing, basically you're the caretaker, because it's a fairground racetrack. You never get to own it. You're just the guy in charge for the time that you're here. And then every year we have an annual fair event in August, so we shut down and we do the fair. So this is one of the probably oldest running half-mile dirt ovals in this capital region area.
I noticed that it's drier towards the inside of the track.
What happens is they call that the groove. As they get the groove ready, then you leave it alone. You won't try to change that. They put it down. Now you leave that lane alone. But if you notice, it's started out wet, and now it's getting pretty smooth, so it's going to be good to race in.
I see.
And the most important thing with these cars is they're a hybrid hand-built car. These are not a production car; they're all custom built. So they're very technical. They're very sophisticated race cars. And so it takes a lot of time and effort to prep the car. If you had a big, rough, heavy track, you would tend to want to tear the cars up. So you try to get it down as clean and neat and smooth as you can. And then later on tonight, if you watch as the night progresses, the different classes, the modified will go around this racetrack at approximately 100-mile-an-hour average lap. So it's pretty fast.
Wow.
You know?
I noticed there's a lot of divisions.
What you do is it's nothing different than like in Winston Cup or Next Up Cup racing. You have to have your support classes. You have to have the classes that all of the young people can get started in. And that's what those support divisions do. So they get an opportunity to learn the business and work their way up. Now, this is the only sport that we all grow up if we want to get involved in it. All through school you play baseball, football, different things. This one, you don't get to do anything until the day you show up with your card, your helmet, and all your equipment. And then it's showtime. So you don't grow up in grade school doing it. A lot of young kids will start at 14 to 16 years old and start getting involved in the sport, and that's a great thing. But it's a very humbling sport because I think why people are drawn to it more than anything is all of us don't get an opportunity to be a good football player or baseball player, even though we're introduced to the sports. Everybody in their life is going to eventually drive a car. So it's a lot easier to relate to stock car racing because we all got to drive down the road. So if you come here once and you see a race, you think, maybe I could do that, see, because you've driven a car. It's a very popular sport in this local area. It's a very, very big venue, It's a very popular thing around this local area. And it's been going on here for years. There's a lot of talented guys that have come and grown and gone through the ranks here. And some of them have gone on and done some pretty big stuff. I mean, they've gone on to bigger divisions, and there's been guys here that, like I say, they raced here, went on and did Winston Cup, or they went on and did the asphalt modifieds, or other cars in other divisions. So it's a learning curve, and you come and you start in a place like this, and you earn your wings, as they say.
Well, is it a short racing season?
Basically, up here, it's shortened by virtue of that you really can't get going before April, and by late October, it's pretty much done.
And you hope you don't have all this rain because that stops some of it.
It's disappointing when it rains, but I've always looked at it that you could be a farmer and it rains and it doesn't help you. It's just an element that's part of our business. Basically, you either learn to live with that and keep your chin high and keep going, or you'll be awfully disappointed because sometimes you have a summer where you don't have any rainouts, and sometimes you have a summer that you get 4 or 5 or 6 of them. It's just the way it is. It's just part of the business.
Do you find that more and more people are getting involved in racing, women as well as men?
We had a couple of young ladies here. One of them named Jessie Zempton. She went on and she's now racing sprint cars. And she started her career here in a sportsman car right here at Fonda. And she's gone on to do quite well for herself, actually. And this is where you have to start. I mean, even the Winston Cup guys and everybody else, IndyCar guys, everybody, you'll hear them often talk about, well, I was a dirt track racer or a short track racer before I was famous. And, you know, Tony Stewart in Nextel Cup, he's hosting a race out in Ohio next week for a gentleman named Lou Boyd that, guy named Lou Blaney, who was a famous modified stock car racer, and they're having a memorial race for him because he passed away. Lou Blaney raced these kinds of racetracks, but Dale Blaney and Dave Blaney have raced, World of Outlaw sprint cars, and they've raced the Nextel Cup. So their father started doing it, they grew up with it, and now their careers are going on. And it's that way with a lot of race teams here tonight. Jack Johnson is the winningest driver at this track, and his son Ronnie races here. Bobby Barron has 5 feature wins this year, and his son's racing here. So it's a very family-oriented, traditional thing that, young kids grow up and their father's a racer, and then they go on to be a racer. So it's traditionally it's people that have been involved in the sport, and they continue to grow with it.
Now, this is quite an event here. We've got kids in the cars.
When I was a little kid and came to the races, I waited all summer for what they called kiddie rides. The drivers come out and take their time to let them load into these cars, and they get to go around the racetrack. And it's, you can always get racers. You're always trying to find some things to keep the kids and the ladies and different people enthused, the family atmosphere of it. And so kiddie rides is an important part. We have errands here tonight. They're doing some giveaways. We have Motorsport, who has cars on display. Motorsport, their family's very involved. It's just a case where it's a very family-oriented sport and business.